do a little update. So this month it is October of 2023. Last month in September, Garrett and I did our first IUI, so that was really exciting. That was a super easy process. They really did a good job. Our fertility clinic really did a good job at educating us kind of before. They have you go in for an appointment with the nurses and educate you on the process, just so that when you actually go in for your procedure, you kind of know what to expect. And so that went really smoothly. And then I used the cheapy Amazon ovulation test strips, which I can put a picture in. And then I also used the one that they recommended, which was, I think it was the clear blue digital ovulation, where it has either a empty circle, or it's flashing smiley face, which means you're getting close to your peak, or it's just a solid smiley face, which means that you're at your peak fertility and you should schedule your IUI for the following morning. So that's what we did. I'm pretty sure I tested positive for ovulation on both the cheapy Amazon ovulation test and then the clear blue digital one on day 18, I believe, this month. I use my Ovia app to track it, and I love that app. But then I just called our clinic right away and said, hey, we got a positive ovulation. Can we schedule our IUI for the next morning? So kind of crazy, because Garrett actually left or no, he had a presentation the next morning, and so we were any way that we can have him come in super early in the morning, give his sample donation, and then get him on his way, because he had customers in and it was a long week for him. He had a presentation, so he had to rush back. So thankfully we were able to make that work. So we went in super early for him. He went to the andrology lab and did his little thing, and then while they were washing the sperm to get the most concentrated sperm, then I went to work. He went to his presentation, and then 2 hours later was when I was supposed to go back. So I did not, if this was how we conceived our child, I didn't want to do it alone. And so since Garrett couldn't go, I asked my mom to go with me. So my mom actually went with me. It was really funny. I'll kind of insert pictures here too, if I can figure that out. But basically, you go in 2 hours later, we go to the andrology lab. I show my ID, show that I'm his wife. I'm here to pick up his sample in this little tiny tube. And then they literally wrap the little tube in a Kleenex tissue, and then you're supposed to hold it in your hand to keep it warm, and you're supposed to keep it upright. And so and then you literally pick it up and are holding it, keeping it warm, and then you walk it across the building to where I check in for the actual procedure. So it was kind of it was a really comical thing. And actually then when I had to check in, we had to pay, because it's an out-of-pocket thing. So I was holding it and trying to dig around in my purse and everything for my card to pay and check in. And then my mom was oh, I'll just hold it, just give it to me. So then I got a picture of my mom holding it, and it was so funny. It's just hilarious, the jokes you can make with that. So it was really fun. And so it was actually really simple. They take you back where I did mine at our fertility clinic. Nurses do it. And so my nurse was very nice, talked me through the whole process, went really slow. And then basically they just insert the speculum. It's similar to like when you get a pap smear done. And they insert the speculum, and then they insert this like catheter into your cervix, or like that goes through your cervix directly into your uterus, and then they just take the sample, and then they just like inject it in through that catheter, and then they take everything out. It's super painless. I did feel pressure, but it wasn't anything bad. I would honestly, I don't think it was bad at all. I think it was pretty tolerable. And then they like kind of prop you up, so you're laying down during that procedure, obviously, and then when they take everything out, they kind of like prop up your pelvis at like a little elevation, then they just have you lay there for like 15 minutes. They're like, we don't really know like if this works, but why not just like do everything you can to get everything kind of like moving and going down to hopefully meet the egg. So that was kind of the IUI process, and then after that you just go home. Like I went directly back to work. It was no biggie at all. You could eat or drink like up before it, so not a problem at all. It was a lot of fun, actually. Not a lot of fun. I wouldn't say a lot of fun. It was an exciting thing because it was like, oh my gosh, hopefully we're this much closer to like being pregnant and like this much closer to starting our family and our first child. So that was exciting. And then I went back for my progesterone labs, like 7 to 8 days. I think I went 8 days post ovulation, back for my progesterone lab. And at this point, my highest progesterone had been the previous month at 12.5, and I was so excited because this month my progesterone, or in September it was 18.8, and so I was super hopeful and super excited, and then unfortunately I got my period. But it was okay because I had kind of planned this out, where if I get my period, I would be very, very busy during that time, and so it wouldn't give me much time to like overthink it and become super emotional like I've done in the past, which I would definitely advise. I watched a lot of like 2-week waiting period videos and stuff like that, and a common theme is just to stay busy. And so I went to Nashville with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and we had a really fun time. Saw a bear in the wild. That was pretty awesome. Went to Dollywood and all the fun stuff. So it was good. It kept my mind off of it. It was good bonding time with family. And now I'm on my way back. And so it's kind of good because when you first start your period again, it's like depressing because you're like, well, shit, like, damn, you know, it's just super depressing. But then I find it easier for me to like adjust and tolerate when I'm busy, because I'll let myself be sad and maybe I'll like cry and be super hyper emotional for like a day, maybe more than a day, maybe like an hour a day for like 3 days. But and then it's kind of like, okay, well, this is the start of a new cycle and a new month that could be the month that we get pregnant. So we want to do the IUI again. You can either do it fresh, like fresh sperm, which is what we did this previous time, or you can do frozen. If you decide to do frozen, like, it still works, it has worked, but our fertility doctor kind of said, like, well, I mean, you can do frozen, it's not as effective, like, your percentage rate of success goes down because some of the like healthy sperm die off when it's frozen, and then a lot of them die off during the washing anyways, during the normal IUI like sperm washing procedure. So we would prefer not to do frozen. Of course, it's definitely a possibility in the future, but the reason I bring that up is because my husband travels a lot for work. So, and right now he got a promotion. Yay, we're so excited for him. which means, so sorry, don't really know what happened. Hopefully this still is like decent footage and I can use. I really need to get a phone stand in my car. But anyways, just to kind of close out this video, make it short and sweet, he is in the middle of transitioning to his new position and like kind of transitioning out of his old position. So he has a lot of traveling to do. And so that's what he is doing in October. So he's pretty much gone the whole month of October, which makes it really hard to try and, like, you can't really time your ovulation day. And so, we'll see if he's home when we ovulate. I did take my Letrozole again, this month. Again, the 7.5, milligrams of Letrozole, because I've been having really good progesterone numbers with that, with my ovulation. So hopefully one of these times, but we'll definitely keep you in the loop. And yeah, hopefully sending all the baby dust to anybody out there and hoping for a positive here. Hopefully it would be awesome, because if we were to conceive in October, we would find out we were pregnant. If we do get pregnant this cycle, we would likely find out like a few days before my birthday and a few days before we go to Cancun, Mexico. So that would be exciting, but it would be exciting at any time. So yep, we'll keep you in the loop.